All right, folks, in our Manversations today, we are talking about the supposed lack of positive role models in society. To discuss, we are joined by Dr. Michael Abrams, you just heard him, poet and gynecologist, and Adiel Thomas. Some of us don't get it right, but I think I'll just get it right.
You did. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Morning to you both.
Morning.
So here's the question. If we have positive male role models.
Yeah, we do.
Before you explain, just say yes or no.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. We have enough?
In my opinion, no.
Enough is, we could have more.
And I was told many years ago that because I'm a coach for youngsters, I'm a role model. Let me ask you, who is a role model? When we say, so you are my role model, what I mean by that?
Somebody who lives their life or behaves in a way that ought to be emulated by people looking up to them. That's what I would call a role model. And by the way, nobody's perfect. There are no perfect role models, but people who live their life in an exemplary way.
Right.
Who, when they have their flaws, they will admit it. Because we all have flaws.
Yeah.
But people like that.
I remember I just said people say I'm a role model.
You're a role model.
I'm sure you are.
Well, I know, man. So I'm talking to the team at the school one day. True story. So I'm talking to the team, and all of a sudden I see everybody start to look behind me. You know, because they were looking at me, I talk, and I see everybody kind of stay so. And I turn around, and it was one of our famous artists coming on the field. So, you know, I know him, obviously, like I know you. And I said, oh, I'm set to work now. I have never seen these youngsters look up to anyone. I mean, they were like this. This is a man that people were saying him lyrics not nice and him this, and we don't want to hear them kind of music. But the youngsters were just looking at him that this man is the greatest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you say about that?
Well, I don't know the artist you're talking about.
I know, but I think you understand.
But you, people like you, you're in a very great position to be one because you coach boys. So you have a captive audience, which is great because boys thrive on the affirmation of older men. They thrive on that. And that is why when we have a lot of absent fathers, sometimes the men they get the affirmation from may not be the best. And I don't know the DJ you're talking about, but let me tell you something. I love music a lot. And I'm very disappointed with the content of a lot of dancehall music now. I don't believe in censorship. People have a right to express themselves. But almost every time I listen, some of these guys talk more gynecology than me. And I'm a gynecologist. So after work, I don't want to go home. I'm listening to more work. You know, them just everything.
But Adiel, that is my point. But some youngsters says them and them may look up to. That's my point.
They're popular, and they're the ones that have. I mean, they are the literal influencers. So if X and Y say Clarks, what we gonna wear never? Clarks. X and Y say. What we gonna do? So these are the people that are popular. And I mean, if you think about it, when you're 13, 14, 15, I look up to them, for me, I look up to the man them who have everybody attention. So it's a very, very easy thing to understand. When the artist forward on the field and them money have the girls, and the money have money, the money have everything, and that is what success seems to be. So I think it is also a matter of, and how do you even do that? Shifting what success is supposed to be. So if you say to the man and say, yo, I understand some rate that and that and but I know. This I'm gonna show you and this I'm gonna show you say, fine, you do your music and you do your thing, but you keep it clean. But I bring the gun in night, but I bring this and that in night, because you know that lead you right to prison.
Yeah, but Adiel, again, coming back to my point, and it really don't even matter who the artist is. And you know, I understand what you said. But some of these artists who sing, as him said, do more gynecology work than him, driving the nicest car in the world, live in the biggest house in Jamaica. Why, as a little man, I don't say, damn man them you want to be like, make Dr. Abrams go on, him can go and talk. Damn man there I want to be. Why? Why are you wouldn't do that?
I can't blame them because when you're a teenager, for example, a boy, you want, as you said, you want girls and you want money. And those guys have the girls and the money. So you're driven, you're kind of drawn towards that. So it's for people who have different values to counteract that especially in a public space. We live in a different era now where we have social media and people can be visible. So it's for other people to counteract that in that space. There's a social media influencer who came out here the other day. What's his name again? He was all over the place.
I Show Speed.
Right.
I Show Speed.
And he went somewhere and they were offering him something to drink and he asked if it had alcohol. And he said, well, yes, it had alcohol. And he declined that. We need more people like that who are very popular to say, well, you don't have to drink whole heap and all these kind of things.
Right.
So you need more people in that space. There's a different era. They have to be in that space. So we haven't made role models, but I think we'll probably need more in that space.
Michael,
where they're visible.
They're quiet. So when most of the money where the things, when I go out there, you might have a man like me who dep on the socials, but that's the minority, right? The man, you have great men in the society, taking care of their families, providing, being good influences, but they're quiet. They're a little bit more quiet. Them now go and say, this is me, I am building a house for my family, I am responsibly living, I'm not out here having 500 women at the same time, I am not,
Yeah, but hear my point.
they're there,
Hear my point. And again, I coach youngsters, and I'm happy that people think that I'm a role model. I don't drink anything with alcohol. Never. Don't drink not all with alcohol. I don't curse in anger. But every now and again, I have to hold one of them boys and say, Bridget, where you say a while ago? No, this is a man where I've been coaching for 2-3 years. And him know me, and him love me, and I love him, and we hug up. People see me do them thing there all the while.
Yeah.
But,
It's important.
Bridget, he's not alone. I am not the only person he's around. So when you're a son and you are just the greatest father in life and say, do this, do that, and then him go to school and spend 7 hours with some people who are not as trained as he is, then him not just... And then he say, where you get this from?
Yeah.
And them say, you're not a good father.
That's why as fathers, we need to be present, not just physically present, but emotionally available as well, and to have these conversations.
But Michael, you cannot be with your child for 24 hours.
No, that's true.
There's an old African proverb that says the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of his people. Like my mother, I couldn't even look like a vex in front of my mother. I couldn't curse, I couldn't do nothing in front, even as big man. If I don't say yes, mama, she said Neville, I'm going to say yeah. And she just said, Neville. And I said, yes, mama. At the time, I'm in my 40s.
You see, all right, you have no control over what your kids are exposed to once they leave your gate. But the thing is, when they come back home, that's when you have the conversations. Not only the conversations, but the examples. For example, how do you relate to their mother? How do you treat their mother? When you go on the road, how do you treat people who people might think are beneath you? How do you treat the janitors and the cashiers? How do you perform random acts of kindness? These kind of things, these examples we need to set, because we have to counteract. It's a vicious world out there. So we have to counteract that.
I don't disagree with you that we have enough role models. I agree with you that we're not hearing enough from them. I agree with you. It is not enough to just say, well, I'm a teacher, I'm a role model. No, it is not enough to say I'm an artist, so I'm a role model. It's not enough to say I'm a doctor, so I'm a role model. You have to walk the talk. Don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What going on with you? When are we going to hear from you again?
Island Kings, we put out music, so just keeping on putting out the music. We have Kings of Christmas working towards from now for December, so we're excited about that. I have my fitness club running as well, and the foundation still doing very well.
Beautiful. And you're going to perform where we can find you, apart from being a gynecologist, which is a performance also. But
you're right about that. We're to be at Powerful Women and Men Perform for Charity. That's on Father's Day. Coming up next month.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Good to see you both. Dr. Michael Abrams, poet, gynecologist, and IDL. Get it right again. IDL Thomas, recording artist. Speaking of music and performances, they've been great, the Grace Thrillers. Can you imagine? Simone sent me a message and said she would be just like a little fangirl this morning. She was in here with the Grace Thrillers. Beautiful sound. And we go across. And them going do, in my opinion, the greatest song ever. Can't Even Walk. Let's go.